I sat at the table, shifting in my chair, watching my mother as she moved about. Her lips pressed into a tight smile, and her words came out in a rush, almost like she wanted to finish dinner quickly. My mind began to interpret her actions as anger, and I felt a knot form in my stomach. The clatter of her bangles and the way she avoided my gaze made me even more anxious. My father tried to lighten the mood, but even his jokes fell flat. I kept stealing glances at my mother, trying to interpret her mood from every small gesture. Her fingers drummed on the table, and every time I spoke, she only nodded without looking at me. I wondered what I had done wrong and started to feel guilty. My mother's eyes dart toward it. The warm glow of the room now feels a bit colder, with plates half finished and silence filling the gaps between words. Suddenly, I noticed my mother glancing at the clock again and again. Her feet tapped under the table, and she checked her phone twice. It made me pause and interpret her actions in a new way. Instead of anger, maybe it was something else. Maybe she was in a hurry for a reason. My mother wipes her hands and grabs her office bag from the corner, her movements quick but not harsh. Just as I was about to apologize for whatever I thought I did, my mother stood up and said,
I have a meeting in 10 minutes. That's why I am in a rush. Sorry, Beta. I can't sit longer today.
Hearing this, I realized I had completely misinterpreted her mood. She wasn't angry at all, just stressed and pressed for time. My mother leaves, her footsteps echoing down the hallway. The leftover food sits untouched, and the clock now seems less threatening. My father smiled at me and said,
Sometimes we interpret things the wrong way when we don't know the full story.
I nodded, feeling both relieved and a bit wiser. I realized that it's easy to interpret someone's actions based on how we feel inside, but it's important to look deeper and try to understand their real situation. That day, I learned a big lesson about how we interpret others' feelings. I understood that before jumping to conclusions, it is better to ask and observe more closely. The power to interpret is in our hands, but it's also our responsibility to use it wisely. If we do not interpret carefully, we can easily misunderstand and create problems where there are none.